the way, you just walk on and be just like them. Okay? You are more or less already. Some of you, some are not. Some are more, some are less. But more or less, yeah? Yeah. Put together, it's more or less. All right. Wow. So these philosophers of those times, the famous one, have spoken highly of them, yeah, of the essence communities. The orders of the initiates receiving their teaching from Central Asia. That's what they wrote, these philosophers above mentioned. They wrote like that. The orders of the initiate receiving their teaching from Central Asia, yeah, probably India, China. Teaching perpetuated through an immense space of ages. Constant and unalterable holiness. Yes, even until this day, we have the same quality, yeah? Because the teaching is the same. The light and sound of heaven never change. God's quality never change. Whoever get in touch with God's quality would not change, right? I would change only for the better, but not change in the way of the quality as the older people, as the ancient people, as the essence people, or whatever people who has been in touch with the divine power since the time of the human existence. So, some of the outer teaching is preserved. They do know outer and inner teaching. Thank God for this. Some people who wrote this must have been also enlightened somewhat. Some of the outer teaching is preserved in Aramaic text in the Vatican in Rome. Some in Slavic text was found in the possession of the Habsburgs in Austria and said to have been brought out of Asia in the 13th century by Nestorian priests fleeing the hordes of Genghis Khan. Echoes of the teaching exist today in many forms, in certain rituals of the Masonic order, in the symbol of the 7-branch candlestick, in the greeting, peace be with you, used from the time of Moses, and even in the 7 days of the week, which have long since lost their original spiritual meaning. Yeah, what a pity. What a pity. So the 7 days of the week begin with the essence somewhere, sometime long ago. From its antiquity, its persistence through the ages, it is evident the teaching could not have been the concept of any individual or any people, but is the interpretation by a succession of great teachers, the interpretation of the law of the universe. The basic law, eternal and unchanging, as the stars in their courses, the same now as 2 or 10,000 years ago, and as applicable today as then. The teaching explains the universal law, show how man's deviation from it are the cause of all his troubles, and gives the method by which he can find his way out of his dilemma. I mean, if you know the law, if you have a method to get in touch with this universal law, then your troubles will be less and less. All right, that is finish the section. The session and the section of how the Ascenas lived their life in the ancient time. Okay? You see in the Bible, there is a section called the Revelation. So, in the Ascenas document, they also talk about the revelation. So, I'm not sure if the Bible's revelation come from the Ascenas, or the Ascenas revelation come from the Bible. Actually, this has been discovered in the Dead Sea Scroll, the last Dead Sea Scroll, and it's been more ancient even. Yeah? Or at least the contemporary time of Jesus. Some of it contemporary, some of it probably older. So now, in the Essence record, the disciples or the practitioners of that community, of that group, has also vision, inner vision, yeah? A lot of vision, of course. Big deal vision, yeah. But, and also the vision is even revealed up to our time even. You know, the prediction. That's why probably when they want to do the prophecy, they go in a long fasting period and meditate uninterrupted. Probably in those periods, one of them or a few of them have visions. And they wrote it down here. Many visions. I'm not sure if you want to listen to all that. I think it's not much. Some of it are horrible because they foresee the calamity of humanity. Up to present day even, when I read it, it sounds very much like us, like our period of time in some areas of the world, yeah? The calamity, the disaster. So I don't go so far out like that to read it all to you. But I read some, okay? I read some less negative. Okay. Some are also very positive too, but you know it already. You have all the vision, just like what they have in here. Maybe I read you another day, okay? Now I want to read you some of this. This is somebody else's experience, yeah? Never mind, maybe we can know it one day, another day,